for Cuff. Good evening, Mr. Cuff. How are you?
I am very well. Thank you for inviting me to this opportunity. I greatly appreciate it.
It's nice to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, okay. I'm originally from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Went to college in York College of Pennsylvania. Then after that, I joined the Navy from 2005 to 2009. I was on the USS Doyle on a frigate, and I was an operations specialist. And I visited many different countries during that time. After that, I went to Florida State University, got my master's in public administration, and worked for the state of Florida Department of Economic Opportunity up until November of 2012. Then I took a job with Central Texas College where I worked in Bagram, Afghanistan. After that, I got a job with U.S. Department of Agriculture in Riverdale, Maryland. I have been in the DMV ever since. And then after that, Department of Homeland Security from 2019 to October of 22. And now I've been working with housing and urban development. Thank you.
So, this is a job of dealing with financial systems. So what financial systems have you worked with in the past?
In the past, I have worked with many different financial systems, primarily the Oracle type. For Department of Agriculture, I worked with FIMI, which is the Financial Management Modernization Initiative, and then also ACMS, which is the APHIS Cost Management System. And then with the Department of Homeland Security, I worked with the Oracle systems as well, and systems such as Prism, G-invoicing, also Financial Data Mart I have worked with along. So I do have the ability to learn many different systems and find out about their tendencies.
Great. So why do you want this job?
Reason why I want this job is I think I could provide a spark to the team, and I could provide a positive attitude to get the job done. And I'm willing to work with many different people in terms of getting the job done, and then also finding better ways to achieve results.
Okay. Can you describe a situation where you had to work in a group-like setting? That would be something that would happen a lot in this job.
Yes, there have been many a times I've worked in a group-like setting, and where one time is, and this is going back to my graduate school days, where we had to work in a group, and some of the people in the group didn't get along. But I like to be the person that held the group together, would go the extra mile, and for people to get along, which was a good thing when they didn't see eye to eye. I would be that person that would bridge the gap in personalities. And I think I have done that a lot of times, and I will continue to do that.
Okay. Can you tell us about a time when you didn't agree with the direction a problem was going? And so how did you react to that? And what did you do?
That is a great question, Laura. And there was a time where I didn't agree with the way it was going, completely didn't agree with it. In my mind, I did all the work, knowing I did all the work, and some people just didn't do anything. I took, I looked into it, took a deep breath, and went and just gave the supervisor my opinion on it politely, on what ways we should have gone with this. And I wound up finishing the project and getting it done in a timely manner, even though it was not the most fair way or conducive way. I just wanted to get it done just to complete the mission.
So how do you go about solving a problem that you're unsure of? So we give you an assignment and you look at it and say, I have no clue. So how would you go about dealing with that?
That's a great question. Many times in a workday, people go through problems that they are unsure of. And one of my instinct in it, I want to figure out the problem before I go to the next source, if I have time to figure it out and see the problem. I want to think fast on my feet, but find the source of the problem doing research. It would be a while before I go to someone just to ask a question. I like to be self-reliant in that fact. And in that situation, I mean.
So you would go ask someone else.
That would be my last option. I would
Got it.
first research the problem.
Okay. Can you tell us, do you have any weaknesses that we should know about?
Yes, of course, everybody has weaknesses. Nobody is going to be the perfect candidate. I would say one of my weaknesses, sometimes I try taking on maybe too much responsibility. And the reason why is just, I just want to learn maybe more about the organization, but that could be, that could be considered a fault. And maybe using some of my teammates a little more.
Got it. So on a more practical level, would you be willing to work overtime if that was required?
I would definitely be willing to work overtime if required. I know sometimes people, want the time off, but in case if something comes up, even on the holiday, I was willing to work overtime, and I did work the overtime. It's just a matter of to keep the agency running.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cuff. I would normally ask if you have any questions for me, but I'm not sure I can answer any questions you might have.
Well, no, I do have some questions. What are the qualities of the candidate you are looking for?
Well, I would say we're looking for someone who's really dedicated and loyal, hardworking, someone who's willing to learn new things, someone maybe willing to take chances when there's something that's challenging, someone looking for a challenge, something like that.
Also, another question: what are going to be the first duties of the incumbent once hired?
That is a great question. Probably to meet with the boss and be briefed on what the duties of the job are.
And the last question: what types of training does your agency have to offer? Is there any certification, such as a certified government financial manager, or such as a CPA training?
Also great questions. We have many different kinds of training. Perhaps that's something to deal with if you get an offer.
Thank you very much. Laura, I greatly appreciate the opportunity to speak about the position. I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Also, could I have your email address so I can send out a thank you note?
I will send that to you.
Thank you. So thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. And is that it? Is that the interview?
That's the end of the interview. I'm watching Scott's